Hi guys, welcome back to Ryker and Spyder Rydes. I'm super excited. I just got a package out the door. Let's go check it out and see what it is. I know you guys know what it is because you clicked on the video, but stick with me. So check that out. Do you guys recognize that box? Those are Elka shocks. I'm so excited. Let's take a look. Ooh, I've been wanting these forever. I'm so excited. Let's just pop it down right here. And let's do a quick unboxing. I'm so excited. I'm gonna tell you a little story. I've wanted these for a while. Hey, Frisbee. And I actually, at the US Spyder Rider event I was at, I actually won these courtesy of the Monster Garage. So I put in $100+ to make sure I won this. Frisbee, I don't want to hurt you, baby. So let's open it. So super excited. And of course, stay tuned. I'm going to kind of explain the shocks and give you a link, of course, where to buy them. I sell them directly on my website. And now I'm going to be able to show you how to install them. Nice packaging too. And get some candies. Wow. A lot of packaging. It's like my birthday all over again. Oh, they're heavy. So I got stage 3 front shocks only. So we'll see how these go, but I have a feeling I'm going to end up wanting to buy the rear shocks as well. Oh, look how cool that looks. Frisbee, you approved? Frisbee, you approved. I am super excited. I'm going to go hit the garage and show you how to install it, take you for a test ride, and get these bad boys on. I'll see you in the garage. Hi everyone, welcome. I am about to install my beautiful stage 3 Elka shock. So the stage 3 is the most common for the Ryker. And I'm not going to profess to be an expert on the shocks and all the intricacies of them. There's preload, there's compression, there's a lot of things that are involved when choosing the right Elka shock. So if you have any questions about what shock to choose for your Ryker or your Spyder, comment down below, because my friend John over at Elka is going to be reading these comments and he's going to be answering them. So if you see a comment from John from Elka, he's got a professional, he's brilliant when it comes to these, and he will guide you specifically of what you need to buy for your specific situation. Here's what to consider. Here's what I do know after speaking with him. When choosing which Elka shock that you want, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's based on a couple of things. One is it's based on a few things. The rider's weight. It's based on how the rider actually rides. Are you an aggressive rider or more of a cruising, you try to make it a soft, cushy ride? And also, do you carry a passenger? So those are a lot of things to consider, especially for Spyders. If you carry a passenger and you're touring a lot and you have a lot of extra weight on your back end, and you're carrying a trailer, so that's when you need the higher levels of the shock, the higher numbers. Something else to consider is based on your actual knowledge. Or you could always get trained on it, but what's your actual knowledge of the spring? Are you comfortable making adjustments on it? If you're not, get one with the least amount of adjustments. That's really the massive difference between stage 1 and working your way up to stage 5. 5 has the most adjustability you can get in a shock. So there's a ton of things you can do to adjust it. The compression, the preload, there's a lot of different things you can adjust on it. So for stage 3, it is the most common, and it has one area of adjustment, which is this red knob here. And this red knob is your compression adjuster. So what's nice about it is it clicks. You can hear it actually click when you're turning it. And that way, if you make one click on one, you make one click on the other, and you know that your shocks are evenly adjusted, which is super important. So if you turn it clockwise to the right, you are going to make it a stiffer ride. It's just more for an aggressive riding, and you're whipping on those turns on the tail of the dragon, those kinds of aggressive driving. So that you'd want to do it all the way and make it as stiff as possible for that kind of tight ride. Then when you're heading home and you're a little bit tired, you want to relax and kind of take it slow, then you can go all the way to the left and counterclockwise and make it more of a relaxed, cushy kind of ride, and kind of like you're floating on the bike. So that's why I like the Elka, and that's why I like the 3 Plus. It looks cool as heck on your bike. I can't wait to show you how it's going to look when it's done. So let's get started. I'm going to show you how to install it. It's very easy. You really don't need to take you don't need to take your tire off. You don't need to take your fender off. The front two are super easy to install. As I said, I won these, so I'm actually just putting on the front two. But eventually I'll get the back one and show you how to do that one as well. But let's dive into it. So there are only 2 bolts you need to take off: the ones that go up here and the ones that go down here on the shock, and your existing shock, and you're going to reuse those bolts and put them on here, so it's all perfectly done. So when you do buy from me, there will be a list of questions on the website for you, asking you what kind of bike you have. It's a Can-Am specific model and make, which Spyder, which Ryker you have. I'll ask you a personal question about your weight, so it will be adjusted prior to you getting it. And I'll also ask if you typically ride tore up in your riding style. So when you get it, it's going to come pre-done for you. For example, mine is set for -10. So if you look on it, it comes pre-adjusted, and that's how the tag comes. So, and then I can kind of adjust this based on what kind of a riding I'm doing. So let's get started. I'm going to cut the tag off in a second, and then I'm going to show you how to do this. The bolts that you're taking off of the existing spring are very difficult to take off. It's almost like a 2-person job. They're on there really tight, and you need what size bolt is it, Justin? What size millimeter? Oh, I have it right here. Oh. You're gonna need, your only tools you're gonna need are a 15mm socket, but you're gonna need 2. One's gonna hold the front bolt and one's gonna hold the back bolt, and you can loosen them. So it's a little bit complicated to do that. Not complicated, annoying, I guess. It's annoying to get in there, and it's really hard to do. But before you do that, push that aside, you need to jack up the bike. And the just a regular floor jack is perfectly fine, nothing special. And the reason why you need to jack up the bike is you need to take pressure off those springs. So there's going to be 2 parts to jacking up the bike. The first one, when we take off the first screw, the first bolt, we're only jacking the bike a little bit, just so your tire spins. And then when we take off the top bolts, then we're going to lift it up even higher to take a lot of pressure off of it. So we're going to do one at a time. What you want to do when you're jacking up the bike is there's a few different jack points, but anything that's metal, not plastic, stay away from anything. So the frame of the bike, really any place is a good part, as long as it's a metal part of the frame. So just look underneath, and I am going to go right here. You want to make sure you're not touching your exhaust as well. And just make sure I'm at a good point. I use a cloth on my jack to make sure that I'm not scratching anything. Okay. And you just want to be enough that your tire spins. All right, now I'm going to show you where we're taking the bolts off. And so there's right here, see that bolt right in there? That's on both sides. One's gonna hold it, one socket's gonna hold it, and one socket's gonna turn it. And then the second bolt is right here. So I've enlisted my son Justin to help me out. Say hi, Just. All right, so let's do this, Justin. Yeah. All right, so Justin's gonna jump in with the 15mm socket, and I've got a 15mm socket on the other side.
Definitely, it's almost off. Don't know why it's being difficult. I think, yeah, I was right. Your side is the one that's a bolt. I mean, it's gonna come off, but your side's the one.
Oh, my side is already off. So we're just using a little screwdriver to kind of, wait, hold on. You can't lean on that, right? And let me see. So sometimes a bolt, I'm not sure why, it just gets really hard to kind of get the bolt out. So we're just using a little screwdriver and a rubber mallet to kind of force it out.
Yeah. Keep doing it. It's so close. Got it.
Yay! Okay, so if it gets stuck, a mallet and a little screwdriver does a trick. So keep the bolts separate. There's gonna be 2 bolts. Keep them separate.
Longer.
So this is the bottom one. We're gonna keep it separate from the top one.
No, the bottom one's longer and the top one's shorter.
All right, let's take the top one off now.
Okay, well, let's check which side.
Oh, we're gonna lift this up. And then before you take off this next one, you're gonna lift the bike a little bit higher. Okay. All right, now we're gonna take this one off. You ready, Dust?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, to do this, the only thing I recommend doing is pulling this panel out to give yourself a little bit of work room. So just pull it gently, and it's just enough you can get your hands in here and get a tool in there to hold it.
It's very difficult.
I know, it's hard to shoot and try to get it so people can see it at the same time. The story of a YouTuber.
Should be better.
And be aware when you take this bolt out, this is gonna drop. So either be prepared to catch it or make sure your feet are out of the way. Yep. All right,
Okay.
bolt comes off. And make sure you grab this because it's gonna fall. Awesome, and then this comes crashing down. Here you go, can you grab this, Just?
Yep.
Thank you. And then now pass me the beautiful new Elka, and then let me see that bolt. All right, keep the bolts separate. The top bolt is shorter than the bottom bolt. The bottom bolts keep separate. So
like this.
Yep. Do you wanna cut that tag off? We'll cut it off later.
Yeah, we can cut
So
it
no,
off.
just come in from the top. All right, actually that works. So you're gonna line this up first. It's so hard trying to.
Here, you hold it and I'll do it.
All right, much better. Good job.
Take it.
There you go. It's lined up perfectly.
There you go.
All right. So all I'm gonna do now.
Are you sure this is lined up down here?
No, not yet. So I'm gonna do now is just kind of finger tighten this. So here's something very important. This is the ideal way to do your shock because you have easy access to adjusting it. Stage 3 is written correctly. It's perfect. But if you have fog lights on your frame here and it interferes with this, it is okay to switch it and have it upside down. That is not a big deal. So this is the nice way to do it, but if you do still want the shocks, feel free to kind of load it a different way so you can have access to any lights or speakers you might have on your frame here. Now, to line this up, we need to drop the bike a little bit to make sure it's lined up. So Justin, can you tell me when those line up? Because it's only going to be a little bit of a drop. Yeah, it's a little trial and error to get the bike at the most perfect angle to get this in right. So you're going to kind of lower it a little bit at a time until it lines up.
There you go. No,
All right.
it wasn't
No.
even for a little bit.
All right, so the last thing we're going to do now is just tighten up those bolts. Make them extremely tight, and we're good to go. Look how cool this looks. All right, thank you everyone for watching. I'm gonna come back and kind of let you guys know. It'll be in the comments after I ride it for a while and let you guys know my thoughts on it. And I really appreciate you watching. Please hit subscribe. And if you want these or any of the Elka shocks for the Spyder or the Ryker, you can get it on my website. The link will be down below. And I appreciate it. As always, ride safe. Thank you so much, Justin. I love you, and I really appreciate you helping me out with this. It means a lot to me, so thank you so much. Ride safe, have fun, and that's it. Bye, everyone.